third day now, and the Bible says the third day I will rest well. So my prayer is that all of us will connect and make plans out of this. She has explained the 7 domains very well. We are moving into another aspect of our, like call it project now, program, depends on what the value you place over it. We want to talk about ORIP. Somebody say ORIP. ORIP. We have O, R, I. This is ORIP. And what is this all about? This ORIP is about your personal value over whatever thing you are doing. How you can connect it to your lifestyle, your business, for the people doing forex in your organization, for ministers. That is just what this ORIP is all about. We're going to take it one by one. O represents ownership. Somebody say ownership.
Ownership.
And in anything you are doing, if you don't take ownership over it, forget it. It will definitely crash. I've seen people in ministry, as of last year and this year, they have big churches. But because they are there for money or just for fantasy, they are calling to sell up the places now because the thing is no more yielding resources for them because they didn't place value over it. They are after money. Like doctor has taught us, he said we should make meaning before we make money. If you make meaning, money will follow you because you are going to definitely impact life, you impact people around you. So whatever thing you don't place, you don't take priority, over it will not last and it will not benefit you. Let me take, for example, in civil service, why I didn't go into civil service or civil service. When I finish service, you see people by 9 o'clock, they are just lazy to work. I was like, I can't cope in this environment. Definitely I'll be fighting with the people because my upbringing is to be very, very, whatever thing you're doing, you just be at it. Take it personal. So me, I say, I go tell the director, say, why are you coming to work by night? They'll be giving me query every day. So I didn't like it. And you find out that's why when some people, after 35 years, you see them complaining. Because if you're in that environment and you're taking it as your personal, property, if you're working for government, definitely a lot of things will come out from there. You will get more understanding. You will make clients out of it. From what we are teaching people in this destination marketing, you have not come to Cyber Resources to learn, but you have come to be impacted. So that even if you don't want to come back for our training, for our certification, thank God you have our numbers. You can call our doctor and say, please, can you put me through in this place? We do online, offline, and on site. What are we driving at is something that will benefit you. And you create value for people around you. Where I come from, in my place, I'm from Imo State. How do we know rich people? It's when you impact others. If you get big house, only you put generator, you put water, you're on your own. But when you have about 10 people you have impacted, that is what we are talking about in Cyber Resources. How to create opportunities for people to leverage on. So that people will not be coming to you and say, please, I need water. I need money for car. I need this. You teach them how to fish. And by the time you teach them how to fish, you relax. Even if they don't remember you tomorrow, you know you have made your own impact in their life. So what are we talking about this? Oh, so what we're talking about is you own up your project, own up your program, as if there is no tomorrow. As if there is no tomorrow. As if even if you're not benefiting now, definitely there's one thing about life. By the time you keep going, God will open that way for you That is why the Bible says, it is your handwork God will bless. Not the civil service. But if you place value over that thing, there are clients that will come into that office. You interact with them. And from so doing, you will get more access into places others don't have access to. Because you have taken it upon yourself. You know, some years ago when I was doing 90 in Port Harcourt in NAFCO, I came as a small girl. But I see some money day there, I began to ask, I said, what is happening here? It's a fertilizer plant. So I'll go into the plant and ask them, what is happening? They will say, you know, we raise jobs, we have priority 1, 2, 3, that if I don't bring it now, the plant will collapse. And I was privileged to be serving in the procurement, foreign procurement department. I don't know any, and they're not ready to teach you anything. Now, when you go for lunch, you come back, they dash you money, enter board. I said, no, this is not what I came here for. And what did I do? I enter into the plant, I started interacting with people. They will show me, they say, this one, if they don't bring it, the plant will collapse. They call it priority 1. The management will not come to work except they bring in that equipment. So what I did was, the secretary, they don't want to teach us anything. We are IT. So when they go for lunch, me I go sit down for office, the assistant secretary. I will tell the people where the people in the canteen, I say, bring my food, I give them money. I will go and look for those documents. When the Oyibo people who, you know, they'll fly in that day and leave the same day. When they come in, I'll just get the file number, say, okay, we won't give you this number, it's the MD that will give you, this file is here. By the time they leave, they'll be telling us, I say, we have this file. They don't say, I will reserve it for someone. How did you know? And my God will come, he go into the file cabinet and bring so and so file. I don't know where it is. By the time the secretary come back, I don't make dollars as an IT student. When they come, I'll just go back to my seat and sit down. So when those people come, they say, this lady is very hardworking. You tell my MD, you have to employ her, you have to employ her. No, I say she's going back to school. I say, I will go back to school, but I still need it. I can still be doing part-time. You understand? But what happened, because I placed value over it, that was why I was able to get those assets. So if you don't place value over it, you don't own it up, you may not get the required access into whatever thing you're doing. The second one is what? Responsibility. R. My shorthand. This is responsibility. When you own it up, you take responsibility over it. You are sleeping, like doctor have told us, he says some people in their room, they will place phone here, place phone here. Sometimes, he say you close from work, but the work still follow you go out. Because you have placed responsibility over it. You want to make sure that you achieve, you know, what you really want in it. Not that you won't sleep, but because, you know, you have placed responsibility over it. Sometimes you get revelation self. You know, I heard of Sokorede talking about one man who was doing forex. He said the man will not, you know, do anything until he go to his prayer room, come back, and wherever he places, the thing will just be doing gili. While others will be running around in the morning everywhere. He stays calm. So it's not he that will it or he that run it, but it's just your ability to take responsibility and listen and get the right direction. Am I making sense here?
Yes.
Okay. Then the third one is influence. When you have owned it all, you take responsibility over it, definitely you will definitely be influential over it. Your influence over it will even attract people. There are things you will be doing. Our sister here, Dr. wanted her to share her testimony, how she heeds to advice from here, and she started running a water company, distributing water. And because she's in her too, she took responsibility, she only took responsibility. This influence in her estate now, she go to her neighbors and say, see, oh, I do this water. She has a Sienna. They will just come to your domot and drop it. Even in your own, never your seaway water never finish. You say drop it there. And she's making money instead of her still going to buy from the source. People are buying from her. And she has employed people who are still doing it for her. Because she's at it. So whatever thing we are doing, when we really take ownership, take responsibility, definitely our environment will definitely answer us. That is what this influence is all about. And by so doing, we go into productivity. Because we have catch up with this terrain, we begin to produce, whether it's forest or mama putu or what again, we are frying things. I used to advise people, I say, with this economy now, we don't need to wait for it to come big. You look at the environment, it's still the same thing we're talking about. I told one lady, I said, there are schools around where you live. If I did there, would they make money? You know, Isaiah was telling us when he was talking about digital marketing yesterday. He said, everybody pays into Dangote's account. You go buy salt, either 50 naira, 100 naira. You don't need the big bag. He's collecting from you and I told that lady, I said, if you go to that school, do puff. If you carry one mood up, know how where you know what they make at least every week, you will not be making like 5,000 on daily basis. She said how? I said those small ones, don't do the big ones. The children will buy it. And you know children now, they can, mommy give me 5 naira, 10 naira. By the time you calculate it together, it will give you the multiply. You will just keep increasing before you now start supplying to where they are doing weddings. You understand? So productivity comes when you have taken charge of these ones. But some people who want to, they enter into this, they say, the money no good because the one is not for family. At least Dr. told us the story of a lady who does, she's a lawyer, and she's smiling to the bank. It doesn't show her face, she still goes to court. She told me that she's not interested in going to court because she's making her the money from here and there. So by the time we do this, we find out that everything we are doing, you sleep with it, you wake up with it, you move around with it, and it's something you do that doesn't give you stress. It doesn't give you stress because you own it up. Not, you know, this work I'm going now by 12 o'clock. This one, you are cooking in the kitchen, you are memorizing it. You are washing, you are memorizing it because you have taken responsibility. Then from this now, I want to draw another aspect of our I'm introducing another. We have farmer, miner, and entrepreneur. In this theory, we bring this our ORIPs into it. What is a farmer? In whatever thing we are doing. I don't know, some of us, I grew up in the village. And I love farming a lot. It's part of my passion. I do mushroom farming till tomorrow. There is money in it. It doesn't give you much stress. What one need is a little space. So as a farmer, you definitely need to get a space. It could be in your shop. You know, people do a lot of things. It could be in your shop. You must definitely get a shop of the business you want to do. So in Sana Resources, we talk about farmer, miner, and entrepreneur. What do we do when it comes to farming? You clear it, but you have to get a site first. You clear the site first. After clearing the site, what do you do in farming? Start cultivating. After cultivating, you do the weeding. After the weeding, you start planting, and after planting is the harvest. The productivity comes, you know, your produce or whatever thing. So we in Cyber Resources, we get you, we find out your core area of interest. I deal with youth because you see a lot of graduates, 2-1, 1-1, 2-3, but they don't know their passion. They don't know their current certificate. And when you ask them, they say, I want to do white collar job. And there's no white collar job anywhere. You got pay 4 million, 3 million, 1.5. After they bring it, I will tell you how to dig the farm. You plant it and begin to harvest immediately. So please, this is introduce our young ones, our young minds, because there's so much frustration. Thank God we have a depression buster here, but we can still bring them out of it and tell them it is not the end of life. Come and listen. By the time you get this thing, it's in their brain, but they don't know how to channel it. And thank God, our doctor will, profile you and tell you where you belong. Even some of us in businesses, don't think you know it all. Make out time, interact with him. Get that your core area. He will package you and put you where you will not work under stress any longer. Am I making sense? Yes. There's something we are doing, we think we are doing it right. And we find out like that Saturday it was, dealing on the forest people. That thing is very, for me, because I don't have passion for it. A lot of people have introduced me to it. They say, bring money, make I trade for you. I say, I know what I don't understand, I don't go into it. But if you have proper understanding, or if you don't understand, what you need is education. The moment you get the real direction or the real insight, when I go to come here, they share some money for us. Am I making sense? So don't think you know it all. Make out time. You can do it online, off-site or on-site. You call him, he will profile you and package you. So that at the end of the day, you will not lose though, because when you go into business, you fall. I had a friend who said he had about 5 million, but the thing crashed. I was like, so how are you coping? He said, I don't want to die. I said, no, die you. If you die, the money is gone, but how well do you know? I even asked him to join. When I asked him, he said he couldn't join. I said, so it's not, you don't have passion. Because if you have passion over it, definitely you would dig to make sure you have to understand it first before you go into it. So when we talk about bringing, farmer sites, this is how we go about it. We make sure you get into your course fair, and with that your passion, you be properly packaged, and you begin to make meaning into people's life, and you make money. We speak the language of money here, but before that money comes, people must have understood you, and people will be happy that you push them into what they really don't want to go into, but at the end of the day, they are smiling to the back. Then we'll still talk about the miner. I've been privileged to interact with people that have mining sites. And they say it is not easy because you have to dig and dig. In short, one guy told me how he invested 500 million. 50 million, yeah, 500 million, yes, into a site that they didn't get anything. Because the place was a virgin place. They didn't even do their geophysics or geological whatever before they were busy digging. Yes. They say follow who know road. That is why Sana Resources is here to direct you. At the end of the day, he lost, and he frustratingly went back to US where he came back from. But somebody now called him and said, instead of that 500 million you put in that site, come and get 50 million. You know what we'll do for you? We get you a site already that they have been mining. In that particular site, they have been getting a lot of product. They have been getting diamond. They have been getting is it titanium or whatever. They have been getting a lot of products from there, mineral resources. The guy said, I don't have the money. That's coming again with 50 million. The guy now told him, you lost 500 million. Come with 50 million. And he came. The little site they gave him, because they took time to dig, to do the feasibility studies, and they were able to get what is inside there. I think within 30 days, he started benefiting from all his losses. So what do we do in mining? We get to a site with you. You tell us your site. You take us to your site. Your site is your personal enterprise, your personal business now, or what you want to do. Like I say, you'll be profiled and be given a proper packaging on how to manage that, your business, your forest, your buying and selling, your whatever. When it is properly done, you find out that the losses you've had in the time past will no longer come in, because you've gotten the real tools to dig. Like the explanation I gave, the first person didn't have more understanding. He had money, he came and you throw in there. That's why people tell you, I've tried this thing, it didn't work. I tried this one, it didn't work. I tried this one, it didn't work. But when you are properly profiled, you get to that place, you find out that you begin to make money. You begin to make real money. Are we flowing together?
Yes.
Do you have any question? Please ask your question, because this one be like saying na preaching and they do. When I say somebody say hallelujah. So please, if ask questions.
Okay, I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Sorry, please, when you were talking about mining and farming and all that, don't you think sometimes it takes a lot in terms of finance, in terms of what you need to put in place, certain infrastructures when you're mining and all that? How well do you educate your potential clients on how to source the money? You know, sourcing the money is the problem. Having the idea is easier said than done. How can you encourage people on how to get the initial capital or get the initial funds that is required to start up a farming business or a mining business, so to say, just like you've explained?
Okay. You know, sometimes you don't need money to start off.
Really?
Science, yes. What you need is knowledge. That's why they say knowledge is power. This, the first example I gave, a young man had money, and because he didn't have the proper knowledge, he didn't have the proper understanding. You know, when the Bible said, when the sower sowed his seed, some fell on a dry
The roadside.
ground, some fell on thorns.
On fertile sand.
So the few ones that fell on real soil, they germinated and they appeared, you know, in thousands, in millions. So taking money into what you don't understand is a risk. Because we will first of all brush you, clean you, and tell you this is the place you go. That is why knowledge is power. You know, they say in Africa, if you want to hide anything, you hide it, you put it in writing.
Put it in a book.
Put it in a book, and people don't read. We want to practicalize first before we get the knowledge. But if you sincerely go and, you know, when people go to school, I've seen a lot of people who are doctorate or whatever. And when they talk like people who are in secondary school because they only read what is in the book. They didn't have an understanding. Sorry, I'll come to you. Am I making sense? So if you are properly profiled, and this is, you are supposed to dig in this side, and you might be, before you dig something deep, before you get gold or get any mineral resources, you have to dig deep. You don't, if you dig from up, you don't get anything. But you have to dig deep. That is the essence of our profiling you and getting you to know exactly how to do it before you can get your results. Have I answered your question?
Yes, you have. Thank you.
Okay. To really buttress what you are saying, we are doing forex. We have come to realize that the most important thing in forex is knowledge, not the money. Because you can always blow account. If you have money and double into it, you can always blow that money. And in fact, we are later introduced to so many organizations that are even looking for knowledgeable people who do the training. That means if you have the knowledge and you don't have the money, there are people who are willing, organizations that are ready to give you money to trade and then share profit with them. So I appreciate quite what you are saying. The most important thing, whatever you are doing, is to know. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excuse me. On the thing you first mentioned, it's not just only on planting things. It can be poultry, it can be snails,
Forex.
it can be just things that are
Your shop.
Yeah.
We farm on human beings. We don't. It's not necessary on farm.
So just giving farm as
As an example, like
here
you mine
you
in
farm
zoo.
human being, you mine human being, and you also
An entrepreneur is still human being.
Yes. So
It's
when
not-
you get
it
to
mustn't be a
a
farm.
human being, somebody you've not met before, and you just say, this is somebody from road
Potential.
safety.
Yes.
You know, say, he does not really know what the things that we are doing. What you are doing, you just found a virgin land and you have to farm and just get the person to buy into what you are doing. And mining, you don't do it surface, you do deep down. Yes.
Okay. Let me take another dimension now. You know, like the farming something I mentioned. Some people, civil servants, they are frustrated in their offices because they don't understand. They will only carry fire, go and hide fire. And at the end of the day, the owner of the fire will be frustrated. Them man won't be getting the money. But instead of hiding those fires, we advise people. There are people around you who are your potential customers. How do I mean? Your director, maybe his own is to issue contracts. You understand? Maybe he has money, but he has health challenges and he's been going to Dubai every week. We treat people without drugs here at Saba Resources. We bring out people in addiction, depression with how the country is now. A lot of people are going through hell. People are fighting families. You know, one of our sisters do fire safety. But when she came here, Dr. Profile said, there are fire in homes. You go and start quenching the fire. And she said, wow, it's in line with the revelation she had. And that is her own mining site. You understand? There are people you see that have what you can give them. You may not know how to explain it to them. He said, let me take you to this place. You have, and what we don't only teach you, we help you make money. You know, Dr. Was, this destination marketing is how you can still get some resources into your account outside your forex. Like Oga mentioned, he said knowledge is power. People are willing, like I mentioned, you don't need money to start up a business. What you need is an idea. And you make people you collaborate with them. Somebody can give you 10 million to put in forex and you don't understand it. The money will go and the person won't leave you. Because you are accountable. He put in that resources to make his own gain. How do you come into it? Because when you are at your peak, people will be rushing you. It's like when you're a small pikin carrying rice. The thing will be dropping, fire will be following that pikin. Because you understand what you're doing. But in a situation you don't understand this, and that is why we started with these ORIPs. You may be passionate about something and you don't understand it. Please seek for knowledge.
Knowledge. Power.
When you seek knowledge, you find out that everything will just be at your beck. But when you are trading with what you don't know, there are areas I want to go in now. I'll call my DJ and say, see, oh, this place pass me. He will come and give light. And it's my field. Because what we are telling you now, farmer, miner, is a field. And we mine on human beings. They have what it takes for you to be stabilized in life. They have what it takes for you to be happy. They have what it takes for you to put money in your pocket. But it's just for you to bring them to it. Let them understand that these things exist. Are we there?
Yes.
We're making sense, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the last one, like we said in this mining, we mine on people and we dig deep to get something out of them, and they get results, and we get results too. And when you get results in whatever thing you're doing, you can be smiling to the bank. But if you don't get results, your money will go, you will be more frustrated. You go to hospital, they give you drugs, the thing is not working. But with our behavioral reality checks we do, we can tell you, calm down, don't die first. By the time you yourself use our reality checks, you will bring down, like the one that we are giving to you yesterday. I said, well, today, by God's grace, there will be time for the treatment. And you find out that some of the errors, some of the ill health is because you are not, you are not taking care of yourself. It's not drugs. Drugs, even accumulating, it keeps talking, keep managing it. That's why doctors will tell you, we'll manage you for a while, or manage you for a lifetime. A friend of mine was having BP and they told her she would take that drug, is a lifetime drug. And I told her, I said, is it how you want to go? She said, very early in the morning she would take anyone. I said, look, do this, let's see how it goes. She said, Why if I stop it, I will die? I say you won't die. You are confessing it that you die. That is what they left from you. You can just drop it and let us look for the root cause of it. When you find out the root cause of everything, it answers our question. Then lastly, in the entrepreneur, a lot of us do business. And when I was growing up, a lot of us ran away from maths. It was my maths teacher that even made me to hate maths. If you answer something wrongly, instead of following, you will knock your head. And he will say no be so, you say na so. You say it's a wrong. And no be so, is in English. And a lot of us ran away from maths. But today, in our day-to-day life, if you are driving, what are you doing? You are using maths. If you are buying and selling, you are using maths. If you are eating, even if you overeat, if you overfeed yourself, it's sickness. So you still calculate. The first one will go enter you. You know some people when they want to do shit too big. Say I'm tired. But at part time, excuse me, you will know the quantity your system can take per time. You eat small, maybe later you take another one, and later you take another one. But you eat boom. That is why in business, start small. In this our entrepreneurship, we teach you, we go into you and find out the area where you are very, very good. Somebody carry money, 10 million, put into business, you don't know, it will just sink there. But you can just start with 100, 200, 300. You see the team moving, you diversify. That is what we do here. But first of all, we will train you and find out your area of specialty. So that at the end of the day, productivity go. At the end, everything we are talking now, at the end of it is productivity. You smile to the bank. But when you don't do it, you want to get productivity first. That is where you see somebody say, I put in 10 million and my 10 million don't go. Now lie they tell you. Nobody's telling you lie because you don't have the proper insight. You are not properly mentored. You are not properly trained.